Okay, here's the agenda. I believe the stock market's going to crash another 25% before it hits bottom, and I've got 6 reasons why I think that's going to happen, and I want to go over them with you and share them with you. And then what I want to do is show you the stocks that I hold and get your opinion as to which ones I need to sell. I'm going to tell you what I think I should do, but then I want you to go into the comments and give me your opinion and tell me if you agree with my philosophy and believe that we are, in fact, in for another 25% down. And let's work on this together. I'll tell you what, I'll invite you to join my tribe, go into the Discord, come to the Discord, and let's talk about this more. But first, I'm not your financial advisor, and then we'll get into the 6 reasons why I believe we have a crash coming.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Okay, let's start with that I believe there is going to be a 25% more downside on the S&P, and as far as that goes, everything else. And here are the reasons why. Russia is my number one reason. I am pretty confident that Russia is going to deny Europe and parts of Asia energy this winter, and that's going to create a worse situation in Ukraine and a geopolitical problem. So that will create fear. That will cause the world to wonder if Russia's going to go the nuclear route. I believe the U.S. will continue its deglobalization efforts, particularly in the place of semiconductors, by basically shutting China's advanced semiconductor business down through its sanctions that they're placing on U.S. citizens and keeping them from putting any technology into China. That brings me to number 4, and that is I believe there will be a continuing deterioration of relations between China and the U.S., again creating tension, and tension creates fear, and fear causes the stock market to go down. I believe we have a banking crisis in the making. It has been made in part because of China's financing of their real estate industry and the growth of their economy. And I believe that the U.S. banks and other world banks have bought into it, and they've got some bad paper on their books, and they're going to have to put it out in front of us, and we're going to have some banks fail. In addition to that, I think we have a nouveau riche problem, and all those people who made so much money off of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are going to default on their loans, on their boats, their airplanes, their big houses, their cars. Tesla's sales are going to go down, and this is going to continue to put pressure on the banks, and again, they will have to pull their pants down and show us what they got. The other consideration I have to make in my holdings is my belief that genome sequencing and genome editing will become a part of my life. So I have to anticipate that will happen, and the FDA will give some of my holdings approval on their procedures, so I have to continue to hold them. I also believe that the Chinese economy will fail. I believe that they are overextended. As we deglobalize, we will buy fewer and fewer products from them. I believe that Russia and China will try to form an alliance and try to become a separate currency of trade. I don't think they can overcome the position of the United States as the accepted global currency. So with that in mind, I want to take a look at my portfolio and share it with you and let you see what my dilemmas are. Okay, so these are my holdings right now, and I'm in roughly 55% cash, and I'm looking at it based on the 6 reasons I gave you why I think we're going to go down 25%. Which ones can I let go and anticipate that they will go down with the general market and I can buy in regular because I bought them for a reason? And which ones do I need to continue to hold based on what I believe is going to happen? So the first thing I'm showing you is my short positions. And I'm actually long in Vietnam, but that's what I consider a short China. as I'm short financials because, as I said, I believe the banks are going to have a crisis and they're going to come down, and I'll benefit there. I'm short China because, and again, this is an ETF YXI that I've held for a while. I'm long India. That again is a short on China because I believe that many of our tech companies will move their manufacturing facilities to China, as Apple already has, as Microsoft already has, and some others. And then I'm short the S&P 500 because I believe it's all going down 25%. Then here are my long positions, and here you're going to see what I'm considering selling, not because I don't believe in the stock, but I don't believe that I believe I'll be able to buy them at 25% or more cheaper after this crash happens. So that's LAZR. This is an electric vehicle radar system that will be in competition with Tesla's system. Then we have LAC. This is a lithium mining company in Nevada. Then S is a cybersecurity. Again, I think cybersecurity is going to be a big part of our future, and that's why I hold it. But I believe it'll go down with everything else, so I can buy it cheaper and once we hit the bottom. Then I have LNG. I have a long position there. I am going to continue to hold that. This is liquid natural gas. It's a Louisiana, Texas company, and they freeze natural gas to get it down to a liquid, and then they ship it to Europe and Asia, and they've got everything that they can make sold for the next 5 years. It's only the question is how much are people going to pay for it, so they're very profitable. Ultra, I bought on a swing sale basis, and I held it too long, and now it's down. But as soon as I can get into any kind of a green position on it, I know I will sell that. CR Crowdsource is, again, a cybersecurity. Occidental Petroleum, again, I am holding because I believe that the gas prices will go up as Vladimir Putin continues his aggression and Europe is squeezed on energy through the winter. So Occidental Petroleum I'm holding. LMT is Lockheed Martin. That I'm going to continue to hold, again, because of the war situation and the fighter jets that some European companies have ordered for them in anticipation of a all-out war against Russia. And then they have a mobile missile launching machinery that has been a very major part in the success of Ukraine in pushing back the Russians. And then we have CWCO, which is a company that is addressing the water shortage problems in the United States and around the world. And again, I believe this is a company of the future and will go up, but I don't think they can withstand the 25% down pressure that we're going to have as a result of China's failure and everything else that we've got going on. Then I go into my biotech stocks, and here you can see I'm suggesting that I'm going to hold them all. Why is that? Will they go down if 25%, if in fact the market does? Yes, they probably will, but what I don't know is when they will make an announcement that we now have a stage 3 study that we have gone through and we filed for FDA approval for taking sickle cell anemia or cancer or Alzheimer's or heart disease out of the human body. And that could very easily happen while the 25% crash is occurring, and thus they will skyrocket because they have nothing to do with anything else other than saving our lives. So you can see in all of those I will continue to hold. And then my last stock I label Hope, and that's Netlist. And Netlist is a tech company, a semiconductor tech company that is involved in a lawsuit with Google. And those of us who have followed it believe they will probably double or triple or quadruple their value if we can get a judgment against Google for somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 to $20 billion. And I've been up, I've been down, and I've ridden this thing for the last year, and I'm not going to let it go. If I lose the money, I lose the money. It's a bet. It's a hope. Okay, so that's my portfolio. What I want from you is your opinion. Do you think I'm going about this right? Do you think that, first of all, the first premise is that the market's going down 25%. There's no reason for me to sit there and take that beating. If I am convinced that what's happening in Russia, what's happening in Asia, what's happening in China, what's happening in our economy, what's the tension, the war, everything says to me we've got some things going down. And again, I did a video, and something that's really haunting the back of my mind is that normally when we have a large correction, it has something to do with the banks. And I just can't get past that JP Morgan and BlackRock, and they all have major presence in China. And China is, if you watched this weekend, the reports that are coming out of China, Xi Jinping has been blessed as God, and they are ready to come after us. And I understand that, because, as he said, the U.S. is a very aggressive nation. We meaning China, have not been in a conflict since 1979, and the U.S. hasn't been out of a conflict since 1969. We've been in Vietnam, we've been in Iraq, we've been in Afghanistan. We are the aggressors. And they are convinced, and I think probably rightfully so, if they do what they think they want to do, and that is to bring Taiwan back into their realm, then Joe has said, we are going to put boots on the ground. So they're preparing for war. They have openly said, we got missiles that can hit Los Angeles. And we got anti-missiles that can protect us. So they're protected they're gearing up for war. I believe that through deglobalization and their dependence on trade with everybody in the world, their drought, their lack of food, their lack of energy, I, like Peter Zion, believe that they will be a non-playing power in the next 5 years, maybe even before that. So these are the things that say, I've got to get to 75% cash. And that's what I want your opinion on. I invite you not only to go into the comments, but come to our Discord, join our tribe, and join a community. Whether you join my community or somebody else's, this should not be an individual sport. It should be a game sport. Trust me, you got teams trying to beat you at it, so join your own team. Okay, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. That's my video for today. I'll talk to you about something tomorrow.